We have a tweet on our page from Honorable Kabogo, the former governor of Kiambu, where he says the thing that should do is to remove monopoly and let market forces play after opening up for fair competition. And he even cites examples from the telecom industry. That's a story that we will definitely be following up for you. Moving on now, revenue collection is expected to jump by 17.5% in the fiscal year 2022-2023. The National Treasury says the performance will be underpinned by the ongoing reforms in tax and revenue administration. Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani has said the government has embarked on implementing the COVID-19 economic recovery strategy to revitalize the economy.
The financial year 2022-2023 and the medium-term budget are being framed against a background of projected global economic recovery. This is despite the emergence of COVID-19 variants occasioning reintroduction of containment measures.
Economic policy institutions, we give them an opportunity to interrogate what we have presented to them and use that feedback as an opportunity to develop a final paper that we present to the National Assembly.
In the financial year 2022-2023, revenue collection is projected at 17.5% of GDP, whose performance will be underpinned by the ongoing reforms in tax and revenue administration, as well as the implementation of the economic recovery strategy. The overall expenditure and net lending is projected at 23.5% of GDP, while the fiscal deficit is projected at 5.7% of GDP. The deficit will be financed by net financing of 2.7% of GDP and net domestic financing of 3% of GDP.
You are competing for your resources within one envelope, and the envelope is not getting bigger, but your needs, you come up with a shopping basket where you want this, you want this, you want this, you want so many things.
The National Treasury Wednesday launched a 3-day public hearing on the budget, which will inform the financial year 2022-2023 and medium-term budget proposals that will be consolidated into a national budget and submitted to Parliament early next year.
I want to once again encourage members of the public to feel free to give their input and raise issues where necessary during discussions of individual sector working budget.
Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani says the medium-term development priorities to be implemented by the sector budget proposals will include fast-tracking implementation of the MTP3 programs and projects, as well as provide budgetary allocations to support the growth of the manufacturing sector, revitalization of agriculture, strengthening the healthcare system, and providing affordable housing. Regina Manyara reporting for the Prime Edition.